ASMR Rose.
Oh, hi. Did the front office send you? Great. I'm glad to see you. We don't get that many people coming in, but, we're still a very new group. Yeah. Right, so, I'll need to take some information from you. Is that alright? Great. Just, alright. So, just a few questions, then we can get, into more fun stuff. Yeah. Okay, so, how did you first hear about our little, group? A pamphlet. Oh, cool. So where were those being handed out? You found it in a trash can. Whereabouts was that trash can? Can I just ask? Yeah, we had a recruitment drive in that area a while ago. Glad to see the pamphlet found its way to you. Right. Okay. So, and you're aware of what our group is about, yeah? Yeah. So, what we are aiming to do is basically, well, some would say conquer, but I would say more liberate and repurpose a particular planet that's sort of come to our attention. I don't know, it's just not the best planet. Well, I got the go-ahead. I got signed off to do this if I get enough people behind me, which I'm glad you're here because it's a big help. But, yeah, it's a planet that's not contributing much to, our globe, our, society out here. They're very isolationist. They only really know and think about their world and their species. Well, there are multiple species on the planet, but the one that seems to make all the decisions about what happens to every other species is very self-centered. Yeah, you can see why that's a problem. I think ideally, what we hope to do as we take and repurpose the planet is to give a better life to the species that are being subjugated by this ridiculous race. Yeah. So you understand kind of what we're doing. Right. Yeah, well, okay. Here's the thing. So, they call themselves humans, which doesn't really make sense. The planet is called Earth. People who inhabit Mars are called Martians, right? Venusians on Venus, where'd they get human from? The planet's not called, Earth. It's called Earth. See, they're not very smart either. Really, truly. Yeah, so, where was I? They call themselves humans. It's a dumb name, but, that's not the reason that we want to, get rid of them and make the planet better. Alright, so among their transgressions, pollution. They're basically destroying the planet, and they only have the one allocated to them. It is the one that has all of the conditions that their particular species needs for survival. I'm tongue-tied. It's got me really upset. It's just, I am lucky enough to be able to survive on so many wonderful planets, and they just have the one, but they are destroying it? How stupid can you be? They're pretty much asking to be wiped out, am I right? Right, so they pollute it. They cut down all of their plant life, right? Who does that? I mean, it's not even just, they don't even like replant most of it. Although in their favor, there was recently a movement to plant a lot of what they call trees. It's a primary form of plant life. So like there's a few of them that are sort of trying, but in general, humans are not doing great. You know? Yeah. And I was saying that before, they kind of subjugate every other species on the planet. And there are so many. They're wonderful, fascinating species that just aren't getting like attention that they deserve because these humans, they think they just own everything. I don't know what kind of arrangement they've made with the other species, but it just doesn't seem fair from where I'm standing, you know? Now, they really have gained the loyalty of a species known, from my records, as canines. Canines may be very hard to sway. It will take some doing. But I think we can do it eventually. I've kind of studied the ways that humans have brought them to their side, and I think if we do something in a similar vein. Now, no, not manipulation. We would never. Maybe. Right, I need to finish taking in your information. And then I can give you some more literature to read on the subject, so you understand what we're doing. Right. Great. Back on task. Yes. Okay. So, your approximate age? So you're still kind of young. Only 5,000. That's good. We can use like some young people in this, young able-bodied beings. Yes. And species, like I believe I know, but like it's good to have you tell me so I can, yeah, you know. I don't want to assume. Okay. Your eye color, would you say that's more or okay. I hope my pronunciation was correct on that. Your colors are quite lovely, but a little bit hard for me to say. No offense. Alright. So, and where is your hometown on your planet? It's quite the place, I've heard. I haven't visited myself, but I have some family that's gone there. Lovely. Okay, well, I have most of the information that I will need. Right, so, your starting pay will be only a little bit above the minimum wage, I'm afraid, but we are a young group. We're just beginning, and we're gonna have like a rough start, but you know, if you really believe in the cause like I do, hang in there. I believe that it will be better. And really, our true payment in the end is seeing that planet liberated from those stupid little humans. Jeez. Right, so I'm gonna need you to sign off. Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Cool. Alright. Now, since you're officially joining us, just a few little things. Okay, so first, because we're going to be assigning you as a soldier. You have quite a lot going on here. Hair-wise, we will have to give you a regulation haircut. I know it's not ideal, and I do love what you've done with it, but, I mean, this is for the greater good. Yeah, of creatures you've never met, and may never be able to communicate with, and might not want to be liberated. It's for their good. Think of all the creatures. There's dogs, cats, ladybugs, turtles. Save the turtles. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I almost poked myself. Here we go. We get the bangs straight across. Which, you know, this is going to be good for you. Because more of your eyes will be able to really see well. So it's kind of not be obstructed in any way. So you won't be blindsided in battle. You have so many lovely eyes. Alright, now... Okay. I think that's good. Alright. Now, the next thing, communication. When you are out there, when you are on the planet's surface, and you are in the middle of conflict and battle and struggle against humans, mostly. Well, I say mostly because we will have to convince some of the species to be liberated. Some species just don't know they need to be saved, right? Yeah. Well, while you're out there, you'll need to communicate with all of us that will be the ship above. Well, it's this isn't the ship we're on right now. This is just my office. But we do have the ship out back. We're working on making it bigger, better, kind of renovating it. It'll be good when we get there, but right, so you'll need this communication device. Just gonna give that to you. Cool, cool. And I have its companion. This device will allow me to communicate with you when you are on the planet. It is very sophisticated, top of the line, or as much as we could afford, and it will allow me to send you orders and help from afar. And it's bedazzled. We can't lose. We can't possibly lose. It's gonna be great. Alright, so, do you have any questions? Why did I decide to stand up for Earth's creatures other than humans? Well, it's a bit of a personal story. It's a little hard to talk about. Alright, so I actually met some humans. Now, I made sure to cover up my face markings. I didn't want to let them know about life outside their planet just yet. I was testing them. I wanted to see, what they were like. And I was young, and I was naive, and, you know how it is. I was only, 2000. I was so innocent. But anyway, I was allowed to take a little incognito trip, and it was interesting. It started out quite nice. I got to see a lot of their nature, a lot of their creatures. And then I saw it. I saw a human wearing socks with sandals. Socks with sandals. No one so young should have to be exposed to something like that. And from then on, I just knew they were no good. And the more I learned, the more that was supported. You can understand how an impressionable child exposed to that kind of horror would grow up and decide they had to do something about it. Yes, it was very, very scarring. I mean, I think you have to be there to understand. Whatever. Right, I wanted to show you the sort of rations we'll be giving you when you're on the surface. Right, so they look like this. They smell really good. Now, a lot of wars that are fought. Liberation, ventures, rather. They give their soldiers, their friends, really just crummy rations. No good. But we don't. This is so good, I'll eat it right now. So you know that it's good. Very good. Excellent. I think you will enjoy it. Do I have more on handwriting? No, I don't. Maybe I should have had you try it. I'll know better next time I have a recruit come in, right? It's all about learning. What if the humans could learn from their mistakes? Well, their history really hasn't shown that they can. And I've studied it more than you have, so I think I probably know more than you on this. Just a smidge. Smidgen. Just a little. Yeah. Right, well, okay, so you're on board, and, I will, let me just take down your contact information so that I can reach you when we're closer to our go time. Yeah? Yeah. So, yeah. And I can reach you. Okay. And, what's your username? That's like your main account? That's a choice. Alright. So, that's that, I suppose, for now. And we will contact you. I'll contact you using the device I gave you. Or one of your social media. Probably social media. It's not that the device is bad, it's just there are some bugs that we're working out. It'll be fine by the time we're ready, like, we're not ready till we're ready. Just, don't worry about anything until you're on the surface facing the enemy. I've got it. I've got this. And we will obliterate those humans. Every last one. Alright, so, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, okay, bye-bye.